Yeah, so we're actually working on picking up a test kit where you do a cheek swab and you send it to a lab, and they analyze. Basically, they have a database that shows how different cannabinoid ratios and different cannabinoids and terpenes interact with different people's, they're called SNPs. Yeah, basically based on like an analysis of people's genetic makeup. So we're working on getting that product actually at Gotham. I think it's at one dispensary in maybe New Jersey. It's a company that has, research affiliations, I think at UCLA. So we are there. We just don't have it on our shelves yet. But I love that you're asking, because that encourages me to go get it on our shelves.
And I think it might be a quite nice lead into Jeffrey that the reason we don't know is because a lot of the science hasn't been done. And there's a reason that science hasn't been done, because it's a Schedule 1 drug. So Jeffrey, could you just tell us a little bit about, it's in the air, we might have rescheduling, what that means, what descheduling means, and where we might be, and how it's held us back in terms of research.
Yeah, so we need unscheduling, right? Cannabis never should have been illegal, and it just needs to be like tomatoes, right? In fact, my law would be everyone over the age of 21 in the United States has to grow cannabis. That would be my law. The issue we're going to have here, as was said, cannabis is currently Schedule 1, which means it's, heroin and everything else. They want to make it Schedule 3, which basically means we close all the dispensaries, and Pfizer owns cannabis in the United States through through Walgreens. And that's what Schedule 3 means. It does solve your banking problem, the 280 problem and a lot of your banking problems, but you're then going to have a big problem. If I'm Pfizer and they make it Schedule 3, I sue the state of New York and say your entire cannabis program is illegal, shut it down, 100%. So I'm not a big fan of that. I would rather stay where we are. Just let's all, has anybody been arrested for cannabis here in the last couple of years? So I would just rather stay where we are right now rather than go to Schedule 3. We need to unschedule, which is, people ask me what's the difference between unschedule and deschedule, and I say the emphasis, right? We need to unschedule, not reschedule. That's what needs to happen.
Interesting. And again, that's why it being Schedule 1, we've lost decades of research, and hopefully that's changing both in cannabis, also around psychedelics. That's in the air. So look, we're going to wrap soon. I'd love to hear from each of you. We're going to do challenges and hopes, but let's hear a little bit from each of you what you see for the immediate future of New York cannabis, and end on a high note. Forgive the cliche.
Well, a lot of competition within the adult use market. That's what I'm up against. And more and more brands coming online every day. I'm super excited about the innovations and, the product formulations, advancements in genetics, in flower genetics. Gotham is on track to open a second store in Domino Sugar Factory in late summer, early fall.
Best borough.
Talking about quality, right now in the legal market, we smoked cannabis for many years. Like, I can speak for myself since my 20s, but I never knew what I'm smoking and where it came from and how it was grown. And now we actually have that transparency, and we can know where this product is coming from. So like our farm, this is literally farm to table situation. It's a single source, so everything is done on premises. That comes back to the quality question. I think that cannabis will enter a lot of mainstream talks, a lot of mainstream conversations, a lot of places where it hasn't been before. We have started doing it as MFNY. We have brought the hemp plants into new museum, into actually an art exhibit. And that was very hard to do. It took us 6 months of back and forward with regulators, but we managed to do it. So this plant should become more friendly, and people should be able to see it, to touch it, to know about it more. That's why panels like this, in the places like Soho House are so important for us, and we're taking time to come here and talk about it, is because we want to reach a larger consumer base and educate them and bring that knowledge to these consumers so they can actually try great cannabis and enjoy it.
Reality check. We legalized alcohol in the United States about 90 to 100 years ago. right? So alcohol has had all of that time to get where it is now. People that are surprised that cannabis is not like alcohol shouldn't be surprised. We've not been doing it as long. Alcohol was legal before Prohibition. Cannabis has never really been legal in the United States. It's going to take us a while to get this right. I mean, people are like, oh, well, you've had all these other states, to use an example. Yeah, those states had like 8 years to do it before, as our example, right? When this has been done 30, 40 years, we're going to have it right and done. Your kid, I'm looking around the room. Richie and I are probably the old men of the room here. I don't know that we live to really see cannabis be truly accepted the way I do think it will be in our society. For you youngins here, especially your kids are going to grow up and look at you and be like, wait a minute, this was elite. Like you put people that look like me, and I don't mean me, I mean some of the other folks, you put people that look like me in jail for this. Are you serious? Okay? So that is what is coming in the future. About New York City and my wild optimism for it, I do think we can figure out the regulated market. But let me give you the bigger picture. New York City is the capital of cannabis on planet Earth. It used to be Amsterdam, it's not anymore. Amsterdam is going 180 degrees in the opposite direction. The mayor there is very liberal. She makes me look like a knuckle-dragging troglodyte, but she is pushing get cannabis out of the red light district, not let foreigners into the coffee shops in Amsterdam. This is the moment for New York City. Unfortunately, due to what we've done with the allowing the illicit stores, it is easier to get and consume cannabis, because you can smoke it anywhere you can smoke a cigarette. It's easier to get and consume cannabis in New York City than it is anywhere else on planet Earth. And for that reason, we are the cannabis capital of the world. We simply need to get the regulated market right, and then it can take advantage of us being the cannabis capital of the world.
I love that. So, on behalf of all of us and myself as well, I want to thank you for Miri, Natalia, and Jeffrey for the work you've done in your respective fields to drive New York cannabis forwards. And thanks for your time today and sharing your insights. So, on your way out, don't forget your goodie bags. We'll be able to literally, these live rosin products we've been talking about, they may or not be in there. So get those on your way out. Grab the knowledge nugs on the way out as well, because those contain a lot of the information that we've been sharing tonight. It's been too brief. There's 100 different things we could do. Hopefully we'll have a follow-up. We'll do it again. But thank you all for coming out tonight and making your time. Cheers.